What's up, YouTube? Eugenius here. Hope you're all well. And Dior month continues. Actually, this is month 2 and maybe then some. But in this video, we're going to be ranking Maison Christian Dior perfumes. And anything that's been carried over from Dior Privé will not be in this list. Just because there's just so many reviews and videos out there of Ombre Nuit and Nudis Fahan and Patchouli Imperial and Grand Ball and New Look and Le Col Noir that I just wanted to keep this strictly on anything that's been released within this range only. I know the two ranges for me, they're kind of confusing, and I always got to think, well, which one was released where? But we're going to keep this exclusive to Maison Christian Dior. But before I begin, I want to wish everybody, I hope everybody's well. All my viewers are well. I hope the whole world is well in light of this coronavirus. I hope you guys have plenty of food, plenty to do. I hope you're healthy. I hope your mental health is all there. We need to take care of our mental health. From my Croatian viewers, I understand there was a nasty earthquake in the capital yesterday. I wish you all well too. I hope you're all safe. I hope all your loved ones are safe as well. It's just kind of horrible what's going on out in the universe, but this too shall pass, like everything else. Hopefully we'll all be safe though. So I've got 8 perfumes here, and I know I've bitched and whined and complained about this line. Oh my god, bitching about perfume while all these horrible things going on in the universe. Something's not right, but I think the 8 that I have, I'm done. I won't be purchasing anymore. Well, fingers crossed, knock on wood. So, the things like Holy Peony and Lucky and Diorissimo and the other very fruity floral. Maybe I'll get Jasmine d'Ange. I don't know. Maybe I spoke too soon. Yes, I think I spoke too soon, but there's a bunch that are just really weightless and not enough have to be considered in any designer exclusive line, especially when the whole purpose of these is to compete with niche and they're releasing basically trash at exclusive prices. But they're things that don't interest me. So starting off, I've got 8. Number 8 for me on my list. This is my list, my opinion. So I hope nobody gets offended. This doesn't necessarily make one better than the other or one worse than, your favorite. It's just, this is my taste and I'm sharing it with you guys. But this is CASHMERE, which is a pretty, I'd call this a woody floral musk almost. It's got white musk in here, very clean, very boring and generic, nothing dirty or interesting, very office friendly. But CASHMERE is supposed to invoke just sipping on a warm cup of tea and wearing a cashmere sweater, probably on the Sunday. Not something that I can ever imagine myself doing, but I mean, maybe there's a market for people out there. There's some florals in here, very clean. I definitely get the smoky tea note and musk, but there's some florals in here. I'm thinking Lily of the Valley. Dior claims to be some rose in here. I can't really say I pick up anything rosé, but it's very sparkling, very clean. Something you'd put on fresh out of the shower. Something I'd wear to the office, and if I didn't want to offend anyone, but I'd much rather wear something offensive than inoffensive. Number 7 is SANTAL Noir. This might come as a surprise to some of you people, but this type of thing doesn't really interest me much. It might have years ago when I first started off in my journey, but it is a very strong perfume, very dense, very screechy, very sharp. It's almost feels unfinished to me, very dense, very offensive. This is offensive, but it's not really my thing. It's just too much. There's no subtlety to this. There's no There's no finesse. It's just like, without any foreplay, it's like tear the clothes off and just finish the job. Hairy legs, hairy armpits, no dinner beforehand, no foreplay. It's just like, it's a little much. It's somewhat animalic. It's a very woody perfume, and very sweet. They claim for there to be rose and sandalwood, but to me, this is just a mishmash of synthetics. Very sticky, syrupy, goopy, sweet woods, musks, dirty musks, smoky. I don't know. I'm not exactly thrilled about it. I can tell you that. It's number 7. Number 6, I've got a BALADE SAUVAGE. And this is a more palpable fragrance. It's a woody fig, and it's green and it's aromatic, and the fig isn't very fruity, which I like. It's more milky. It's almost like the skin of a green ripe fig. It's not a dried fig. But I don't really pick up, you don't really sense the sweetness of a fig until you've swallowed it. Even chewing fig, it's not very sweet. It's got seeds in there, but I don't find them sugary sweet. And this isn't sweet. It's not a very sweet fragrance. It's more dry and green and ozonic, and I like that it's got a very salty, oceanic sea breeze accord to it, which kind of gives me visualizations of fresh green water, or kind of blue aquatics, but without really being an aquatic. It's more marine-like, and I can see wearing this a lot in warmer spring or early summer months. It's got kind of a mentholated dry down, which I think will really shine when the weather is warmer. So give me time and I will report back once I can wear it in the heat. But I am kind of curious to see what it will do in the warmer weather. Okay, so that was 6. Here's number 5, and that's Purple Oud, kind of like a very, very dark opening, but a very easy to wear oud. Nothing funky or skunky or animalic, or just a very Western oud. Very woody, very spicy. Lots of spices in this. A lot of exotic spices, which I like. It's got a really nice dry, woody vetiver, dry down. Some incense, some smoke, some burning leaves and branches, and kind of a piney thing. But for something called Purple Oud, I like this a lot more than I thought I was going to. A lot of comparisons to Eau d'Isfahan, and I simply don't see them at all. Eau d'Isfahan's a skanky rose beast. This is very tame and very mild next to Eau d'Isfahan. Number 4 is Belle de Jour, which is a fruity floral. The floral part being rose and the fruitiness being pear. And the pear, to me, dominates this composition. It's a very fresh, sparkling, effervescent, sweet pear. And the dry down, it's got just this marvelous vanilla. The inspiration for this was supposed to be some sort of souffle or some kind of dessert. Rose, pear, and vanilla, and this is really nice. I really like this fruity floral. I think it leans more feminine, so if you associate with being a macho man that doesn't do girly scents, I don't think this would work for you, but I really like this Belle de Jour. Number 3 is going to be a surprise, but I've worn it several times, and this is Rouge Trafalgar, which is it is a very sweet scent. And I have to say, as much as I want to resist ethyl maltol, it's something that I find in a lot of perfumes I like, such as Coco Mademoiselle. There's a few others. I've kind of come around to music for a while. And ethyl maltol is really kind of that candy floss, sugary, sweet thing that you'll find in perfumes. But this is very fruity and it's sour. And there's a lot of citrus in here. There's some grapefruit, mandarin, black cherry, black cherry. To me, it's more of a black cherry. But I don't care for the sweet notes much. This is more palatable to me than, let's say, Feb Dilys, which I can't really stomach. This I can wear because it's got a really nice sheep or dry down accord, and I don't know how they managed to do this because I don't really find much oak moss in here, but whatever they've used to replicate oak moss really works because this really sizzles on skin and acts like a true chypre, almost better than any other chypre that I'm familiar with. The way this, I've always described chypres as just kind of sizzling, that contrast on your skin, and this has a beautiful sizzle. It's kind of powdery, it's kind of candied from that ethyl maltol, but it just simply works. I'm not thrilled about the scent. You know, it's quite sweet, but just that really crisp. It's almost like this. It's got a lot of light in it. It's very crisp, but it's got this really nice patchouli dry down that I like. And the patchouli is obviously contrasting something. It must be a mix of grapefruit and, I don't know, some kind of synthetic oak moss that they're using. Kind of the same thing that Terry Wasser did with Derby, where he recreated oak moss with lemon and carnation. So there's ways to do it. I don't know what it is they used here. Number 2, this shouldn't be a surprise. I've talked about this a lot on my channel. This is Spice Blend. It's got a really nice rum accord, a lot of spices. It's very peppery. I get a lot of patchouli in the dry down of this too. That's more herbal. And this is somewhat churchy, which I like. Churchy, smoky, and incensey, and it's got golden hues of amber. It's a really, really nice, spicy oriental, very modern spicy oriental, somewhat powdery, and it's very dry, which I like. The opening's sweet. That kind of disappears after a while, but the spices to me mainly are, you know, it's almost like an allspice mixed with woods. It's almost like just going into an old wooden cabinet, very oaky woods, and digging out a box of spices. Not really skanky. There might be some clove in here. Cloves, cinnamon, nutmeg, coriander. I know Francois Demachet is a huge fan of coriander, and I like when he uses coriander. There might be some of that in here. Just a touch of greenness. I really like this spice blend. And here we go, my favorite from this entire line, DIORAMOUR. Totally feminine perfume. There's nothing masculine about this. But this is all about iris. And the opening is a very dry, woody iris. Almost leathery, but it's very creamy and waxy and pastel-y. And that's what I love about this. That's like one of my favorite accords, is that makeup accord, that dry lipstick, that cosmetic-y handbag thing. And I think this is one of the best that I've ever come across. I can't believe I'm praising Francois Demochet, but it literally is. It's also got, it shares somewhat of that pear vanilla base as Belle de Jour. It's just not as fruity as Belle de Jour. It's a lot less fruity than Belle de Jour. But I still pick up, you know, moments of that pear, but I definitely get that same high quality vanilla in here as I do in Belle de Jour, and I love it. It's just really calming and comforting and relaxing. And it's super powdery, which I love as well. I can't get enough of this. It's just like, just look at the color. It's just very pastel-y. Really nice, and it wears like exceptionally well. Fruity floral. Who the fuck would have guessed? But there you go. There's my list. Let me know what you guys think. How would you have or rated these? Have you smelled these? If you have any questions or comments, drop them down below. I love reading the comments. Like this video and let me know if there's anything else you'd like to see for future videos. Anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see you all again soon. Bye for now.